Okay, what up, guys? Today was actually a good Monday. However, I didn't um, prioritize or I didn't execute off of it because I don't know why. Kind of because I didn't get really presented with the setup, and also I didn't like the way that ES was forming price, which that's another reason why I'm going to be journaling about this. Because as you can see, price still played out from this short all the way down, and ES just didn't move everywhere. But it's because this obviously is going to have the bigger move every time, just because it is the more volatile asset, and that's why you trade it over ES. However, all right, so let's go into the day. Start now. So I'm going to go right around open just to go over the bias real quick. So daily was all right. I'm going to clear your drawings real quick. So going into the day, I saw this gap being filled, strong displacement, all this trend line liquidity / low resistance liquidity leading up to this 4-hour gap with the low in the gap. Going down to the 1 hour, you can see we are disrespecting all these gaps, tap this imbalance, and leading up to all this low resistance on both assets. 15 minute, again, look at that. I mean, price, obviously, strong displacement towards it. Beautiful. So, what did I do going into the morning? I marked this out as my 15-minute gap. And obviously, yes, it's going to react, but that's fine. And then I marked out the trend line liquidity, these lows, these highs, just in case price wanted to manipulate first and then go lower, or just disrespect this area or take out the 4 hour and go higher. Midnight open and 8:30 open. So ideally I wanted price to do exactly what it did today, just however ES kind of led me away from my conviction. However, this is why I'm making this recap, and I'm going to journal why today should have been a winning day. So let's get into it. So again, price immediately went up. I mean, this is what you can expect at all-time highs, just a very strong displacement off the morning. Again, ES kind of was moving slow. However, this 15-minute gap was where I wanted to see price displace from. NQ hit it right away while ES was still moving slow. So obviously I'm waiting for ES to tap into it. So again, right around 8:30 open. 8:30 open, I think it was actually here. It's right around 8:30 open, we get a little rejection down right around here. So I'm kind of waiting for 9:45 to take this high out. So bang, bang, because 9:45 is another open of a bigger candle. So right here, 9:45. What is this? We go ahead and we take this out, I think one last time. And then, so this is our 9:45, open high, close lower. That's what I want to see. Higher time frame candle, open higher. And then you could have taken this, however, I didn't really like it. At this time, ES made an SMT with this. So basically, this is your manipulation. Like, again here, SMT into the 15-minute, you're manipulating into your higher time frame gap. So this is when you can start looking for trades. Now, I want to point this out. Keep drawing. How do I make it text box. Pros and cons. The pros are that we are here. I'm gonna write the pros first. 15-minute gap tap. Bearish trend. Bearish trend line liquidity below. 4-hour internal low. SMT at highs. SMT at highs / manipulation leg. And what are the cons of this trade? ES having bad price action. So what does this tell me? That there are 4 higher time frame confluences, and even on ES, and we're in moneymaker sell mode. Again, another reason for price to go lower. So when this happens, it's either I look for a fair value gap right on this SMT leg. There was a 15-second. Here, let me see if I can pull that up. So this should have been my trade. Don't know if you can see my screen. You should be able to. This 15-second with an SMT, you have a protected high. So you can put your stop loss here. Price shouldn't enter back into this area because it just manipulated. You target this low as your 5-minute, as your first take profit break even, and then you go here for your full take profit, which wouldn't hit, but you would trail your stop and make eventually more money. So here you go. So again, next time I'm looking at a trade and I have all these pros to go lower that are higher time frame pros over ES chopping around on the 1 minute, you should always take the trade no matter what. Maybe if it's like an iffy trade, I understand that, but again, you have all this higher time frame narrative that price is going to go lower, so you just got to pull the trigger. ES isn't going to be the reason that price doesn't go in a direction that it wants to. Again, this could have been another trade that I looked at. You have your 3-minute stop hunt, and then you have your 3-minute change state and delivery. Change state and delivery. So what do you do with this? You play it out one more time, and then you take this low. You take shorts off of this. Bang. You would risk around 6 or 7 micros. Your break even / first take profit would be around a 1-to-1 into this gap, and then your full TP again would be 118 points for runners, or this 930 would be your 1-to-1 or your full TP. Again, that's why you always mark out your 930. But again, I'm going to keep this up here because I'm going to journal after. But when you have things like this, and I wanted to take the 3-minute, I really did. But again, on ES, price still wasn't moving down. So again, you just have to be confident in your trading and take a setup. Again, an SMT at these highs, you should be able to get this. Like right when you see this SMT, you would take a 1 minute if it was there. So why not try and enter early on a 15-second time frame when you have the cracker correlation? So the next time I see like a little SMT like that at the highs, I'm going to be taking a 15 or 30 second. So yeah, that's it. That's my day. We made equal lows there, and I really wanted to see ES come up and sweep these highs. However, we never did. So yeah. So I didn't get a trade. I locked my account, and yeah. What I'm happy about is that I didn't FOMO anything, because obviously that could lead to a bad day. And I'm glad that I waited and didn't take a trade, even though I missed out on a setup that could have possibly that could have definitely been a winner. 100% could have been a winner, which is fine. However, yeah, it sucks, but all right. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.